Your cat has already made a decision about you. Not today, not recently, a long time ago. And science, actual published research, has confirmed what that decision is. Most cat owners will finish this video and never look at their cat the same way again. Stay with me, because what comes at the end of this video is something no one talks about, and you need to hear it. Let's start with a question most people are too afraid to ask. Does your cat actually need you? Not want, not prefer, need. There's a difference. And researchers at the University of Lincoln spent years trying to find the answer. What they found was uncomfortable. Cats, unlike dogs, do not show signs of separation anxiety when their owner leaves the room. They don't pace. They don't whine. Their heart rate barely changes. But here's the strange part. When a stranger walked into the room instead of the owner, the cat's behavior shifted. Subtle, almost invisible, but it shifted. So they don't miss you the way a dog does, but they notice when you're gone. That distinction matters more than you think. Now let's talk about what your cat does when you're not watching. Researchers fitted domestic cats with GPS trackers and small cameras. They wanted to know, what does a house cat actually do when left alone? The results were unsettling. Most cats didn't just sit by the window waiting. They explored. They patrolled. They maintained a routine completely independent of their owner's schedule. Some cats had entire social lives their owners knew nothing about. But there was one behavior that showed up again and again across almost every cat studied. They returned to their owner's scent. Not their food bowl, not their favorite chair. Their owner's scent. The pillow, the worn jacket left on the couch, the unwashed hoodie on the floor. That tells you something. Even when you're not there, you are still there to them, in a way that is deeply biological, deeply instinctual. But now comes the harder question. What happens when the scent stops coming back? There have been cases, documented, real cases, of cats whose owners passed away suddenly. In several studies, these cats were observed over weeks and months afterward. Some cats waited at the door every single day. At the same time, their owner used to come home. One cat in Japan named Hachi, yes, like the famous dog, waited at the front door of her deceased owner's home for over 3 months before neighbors intervened. But here's what the researchers noticed that no news story reported. After a certain point, the cat stopped waiting. Not because she forgot, but because she adapted. Cats are wired for survival in a way that is almost cold, almost mechanical. Their grief has a biological off switch that ours doesn't. A grieving cat will mourn, but then it will move forward. And some researchers believe that switch flips faster than we're comfortable admitting. So what does your cat actually think of you right now, while you're still here? This is where the science gets really interesting. A 2019 study tested how cats perceive their owners versus strangers by measuring stress hormones, eye contact patterns, and physical proximity choices. Cats consistently chose their owners, not because of food. They ran the test with food removed entirely. Still, they chose their owners. But when researchers pushed further and asked why, the answer wasn't love in the way we define it. It was something older, something more complex. It was trust. Your cat has classified you. You are not just a food source. You are a safe zone, a familiar signal in an unpredictable world. And for a creature built entirely around survival, that classification is as close to love as biology allows. But here's the part that should make you pause. That trust is not permanent. It is maintained every single day by your behavior, your consistency, your calm. And some owners, without realizing it, are slowly eroding it. Think about the last time you picked up your cat when it didn't want to be held. The last time you interrupted its sleep, made a loud noise that made it flinch, changed its feeding schedule without warning. Every one of those moments registers. Not dramatically. Cats don't hold grudges the way we imagine. But they recalibrate. They quietly adjust their trust level based on what you do consistently. This is why some cats seem distant, aloof, uninterested. It's not their personality. It's their history with you. The good news? It's reversible. Slowly, but reversible. The concerning news is that most owners never even realize they're the problem. They assume the cat is just being a cat. It's not just being a cat. It's responding to you. Now. Back to the original question. What would happen to your cat if you disappeared tomorrow? Science gives us a layered answer. In the first 24 to 48 hours, stress hormones would spike. Your cat would search for you, vocalize more, sleep in your spots, refuse food in some cases. By day 3 to 5, behavioral adaptation would begin. The survival instinct would start overriding the emotional response. By 2 weeks, most cats would have restructured their daily routine entirely. They would still recognize your scent if it appeared. They would still respond to recordings of your voice, but they would no longer be waiting. And this is the part that is hardest to accept. If someone else, a family member, a neighbor, a rescue worker, showed up consistently during those 2 weeks, your cat would begin transferring that trust, slowly, carefully, but genuinely. Your cat would survive without you. And for most owners, that realization feels like a quiet betrayal, even though it shouldn't. Because here's the twist. The fact that your cat can survive without you is not proof that you don't matter. It's proof that you built something real. You didn't raise a creature that depends on you out of weakness. You raised a creature so secure in your bond that even in your absence, it carries the blueprint of safety you gave it forward into the next relationship. The researchers who study feline attachment say this. The cats who adapt fastest after losing an owner are almost always the cats who are most securely bonded during that owner's life. The love was real, the trust was real, and it became something the cat could carry even without you. So tonight, when your cat comes and sits near you, not on you, just near you, understand what that means. That's not indifference. That's a creature telling you, in the only language it has, that you are its safe place. Don't take it for granted, because it made that decision quietly, without fanfare, and without asking for anything in return. And so did you, the moment you let it stay. If this changed how you see your cat, subscribe. Every week we go deeper into the hidden world of animal behavior, the things scientists know that most owners never hear. Your cat has more to tell you. We're just getting started.